Shakur Stevenson said he's going to need 200 milli to fight his brother, Keyshawn Davis. And the fans are lighting him up. Now, I'll try to put some of the comments in, but the fans are purely blazing Shakur for this comment, saying that he needs 200 mil to fight Keyshawn Davis. Not only did he say 200 mil, like in his totality, he said 200 mil by himself, like 200 mil a piece. So that means 400 million for them to fight. I mean, some things are better left unsaid. Now, Shakur's already been on record saying that's his brother. Keyshawn's like, we're boys, whatever is going on there, right? And they don't want to fight each other. So to even put out this tweet, I truly believe this. And I really, really mean this when I say it. Shakur Stevenson could perhaps have the lowest self-awareness in modern boxing in terms of like what he puts out. And it's kind of bizarre because he's a grown man and the self-awareness is concerning. Like, people will say he's a runner and then somebody else will fight and then he'll leave comments on Twitter like, man, that person should stay still and not run. And then people start lighting him up in the comment section like, what are you talking about? How you gonna call someone else a runner and you fought Edwin De Los Santos negative and you were like adverse to risk, you know what I mean? And you had this aversion and you avoided him. So I don't know what it is, but I think social media has a big part to do with it. It's insane at this point. I mean, you were better off leaving it at, I won't fight Keyshawn Davis, period. But Shakur and Keyshawn continue to like almost taunt the fans and play games, and it's a bad look. What do I mean? So a video came out in the last 3 months, and it showed Shakur and Keyshawn in the gym together, and they rolled up on each other and did like a serious face-off where they both were stoic and not smiling, right? And they're doing a face-off. Why are you doing this? Why did you do this? Why did you post it? Now he's saying he'll fight Keyshawn for 200 mil a piece, which we know, I don't even know how much Shakur has made, to be honest, but I know it ain't no 100 mil. So how do you go from 100 mil, you haven't made that, you really haven't made 50 mil or 25 million in one single fight, right? To all of a sudden, we need 200 mil. That, first of all, it's not even that great of a fight. Second of all, you're not a pay-per-view star. You're fighting on Better Biev's undercard. Bivol and Better Biev 2 undercard. Not even the co-main event undercard. Joseph Parker, it was supposed to be Daniel Dubois, but it ended up being Martin Bacoli. And even when the fight switched to Martin Bacoli with no training camp, they didn't make you the co-main event. So where do you get off thinking that you're going to somehow get this astronomical amount of money to fight Keyshawn Davis? Plus, you can say whatever you want about Shakur, but his style is not the most fan-friendly style. At best, it's an acquired taste. That's going to be another thing that hurts you when it comes to making significant fights. Every other southpaw that was like, let's say, Lomachenko's and Manny Pacquiao, they all had exciting styles. So even Lomachenko wasn't a big pay-per-view guy. He had maybe a fight or two on pay-per-view. But a guy like Pacquiao, he was fun to watch as a southpaw. So he was able to corner that market, if you will. Shakur doesn't have that type of style. Fair play to him. Be efficient. Get the dub the best way you know how. But his last couple outings, people have complained. Said they were bored out of their gourd and didn't enjoy it. So it's like, they're not going to pay you, the networks and platforms, they're not going to pay you that type of money. Your big brother is Terrence Crawford. You can say whatever you want about him. His resume's lacking, things like that. But he's also fun to watch. Like, he's a high-skilled operator. Shakur has not found a way to really finish guys. And then when he does finish guys, it's the lowest of the low, like Yoshino or a guy like Padley who has no training camp and no cardio and didn't train for the fight, and he's being brought in and he's an electrician. So Shakur would have to make immense changes, not even to get 200 mil, because I don't know if he'll ever make that in a single fight in his career for real, because there's only a handful of guys that can make the 100 mil plus, like Floyd Mayweather, right? Pacquiao. But even to get to the higher purses, the more realistic purses, like 30, 35 mil, 40, that you can't get nowadays in boxing, you have to be able to provide something the networks want. Even a Jake Paul, you could put his name and his brand, and, you know, some people hate him. They want to see him lose. But you put him in with Mike Tyson, it does great numbers. Shakur Stevenson, again, is not even on the main event. They were going to have him on Better Be of Beevil 1 with Joe Cordina. Again, not the main event. So to even tease this whole Keyshawn Davis, it just looks kind of lame, kind of corny, because you're asking for a number you know you can't get. And if that was your goal, because some people are going to cop a plea for Shakur and be like, man, he did that on purpose. He's just saying that he won't fight him. Well, then you could spare yourself the drama and looking foolish and having people roast you by just saying what you already said, I'm not going to fight him. But putting that out, it's just a number you know you can't get, especially for a fight like that. Keyshawn got like 12 fights. You don't have an exciting style. Who's going to pay $400 million for a fight like that? It makes you sound delusional. It truly does. Like, and we're seeing it a lot with these young fighters, man. It's like delusions of grandeur. They could be good fighters, but their perception of their value versus their real market value, it's shockingly different. And I don't remember the fighters of yesteryear being this off, where people, if they said they were a pay-per-view star in the past and, you know, I should fight this guy on pay-per-view, it was really pay-per-view worthy. Now you got guys like Teofimo and Shakur and even Devin Haney, and they think that they're worth right now. I'm not saying in the future, but right now they're thinking their worth is like Mayweather-Pacquiao. There's literally no fight where Shakur can be in and it's a Mayweather-Pacquiao. Even the Tank fight, that ain't Mayweather-Pacquiao, because Keith Thurman said it best. You don't have the resume. Tank's been through the fire, you haven't. So you guys aren't both bringing equal things to the table. Pacquiao was a star in his own right, regardless of Mayweather. Mayweather was the biggest, right? So collectively, they could do that. Conor McGregor, same thing. McGregor on his own has sold over 1 million pay-per-views. So has Floyd. Shakur has never even been on pay-per-view as part of the main event. So it just, all this stuff sounds foolish to me. You should have just kept that in your, you should have never hit send, kept that in your phone. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that.